Welcome into the 2-minute warning Cleveland Browns show. Earl the Pearl, G. Bush is here. He's just I don't know what G's doing, but he's here. He'll be back in 1 second. Mikey McNuggets. Our postgame show today is brought to you by FanDuel, America's #1 sportsbook. Right now, customers can bet $5. And if that first $5 bet wins, they can win up to $300 in bonus bets to use across the app however they want. So new customers, $5 bet. That bet wins. You can win $300. And that is why FanDuel is the #1 sportsbook in the country. Head over to FanDuel.com/UCSS to get started today. All right, guys, the Browns are 2 minutes away from losing a game they have no business losing. Earl, you texted me before the start of the game saying, I have no faith in the Cleveland Browns. G. Bush, you picked the New York Jets to lose this game just like I did. You and I had just enough belief in the Cleveland Browns. And despite a game from Dillon Gabriel, where if you just look at the stat sheet, 2 touchdowns, no turnovers, ran for a decent bit, wasn't the worst performance we've ever seen. They appear to have found other ways to blow this game. They still can get the ball back. This is not a done deal yet. But thus far, Earl, how disappointed have you been with the overall product the Browns have put on the field?
I mean, I didn't have high expectations coming into this game, even though it was the Jets, right? We did no fence riders, and I pretty much answered no.
Give me one yes. That was
like Dillon Gabriel is at 51.9% passing so far this game. I think Bubba Ventrone need to be fired as soon as we get back to Cleveland. He needs to be fired, absolutely fired. Special teams has been horrendous the majority of the season. Both of the touchdowns early on came via special teams. I thought, honestly, the defense, whatever adjustments the Jets offense made in the second half, the defense didn't do a good job of countering. I thought that was a horrible play call by Jim Schwartz on 2nd and 17. You look at Justin Fields for the majority of this game, dude had 3 yards passing. Why in the hell are you blitzing on 2nd and 17 when he's not shown no threat of throwing the ball at all? That really didn't make sense to me. Breece Hall started to get busy as they was wearing it down. So far, I know we still got the 2-minute warning to go, but I thought the play calling from Tommy Rees wasn't bad at all. I didn't think the execution was all that great. I listened to the broadcast. I kind of thought they over-exaggerated some of these throws from Dillon Gabriel being good throws. I thought a lot of the throws, even the ones that was completed, was not all that great. I thought the receivers finally held on to the ball, and they made some spectacular catches, especially Jerry Jeudy with the touchdown, coming back to that ball in the end zone like that. So, I don't know. They did try to have a balanced attack. I see Quinshawn got 22 carries, 75 yards, only a 3.4-yard average, but to come out of a bye week, your very first snap on offense be a penalty. The next 2 throws are terrific. It's man, what a way to come out of it, right? So I would consider it a mixed bag performance from the Cleveland Browns. But I didn't really have expectations that we was going to win this game. I told you that privately before today, and I stood on it today. I just didn't feel good about it.
G, before you go, the Browns just got a huge tackle for loss on 2nd down. It is now 3rd and 14. With a minute 56, 3rd and 16, minute 56 to play. The Browns are going to get the ball back here, barring some sort of drastic penalty collapse here with a chance to tie the game. But, G, there's no way the Jets throw the ball here, is there? There's no way.
Well,
he just slid. And it's a flag on the play.
Please do not be illegal contact down the field. Please do not be illegal contact down the field. Please do not be a holding. Please do not be a holding.
It's holding defense. That's holding on the defense.
Automatic first down.
Automatic first down.
Blouses game. Blouses.
So about the penalties we was just talking about coming out the bye week.
So that drops the Browns to 2-8. The Jets improve to 2-8 or 2-7. The Browns fall to 2-7. In the long run, it makes the draft order a little more exciting down the stretch. We thought the Jets, by trading Sauce Gardner and Quinnen Williams, would have locked that up, but yeah, G, I mean, the floor is yours, my man. You can take it wherever you want.
Well, here's how it is. Frankly, I've seen enough of Kevin Stefanski. I've seen enough of Dillon Gabriel. You had an opportunity to come out here and after the bye week, and you lost to a Jets team that were basically couldn't even get their shoes tied, couldn't even do anything right in the first half. You give up two plays where you're looking at punt returns and a kickoff return. And it just goes to show you, man, when you out here and you're the Cleveland Browns, you finding new ways to take L's every single week. You find these ways that you give up 2 turnovers, you give up 2 returns, and it's just like, you have an opportunity. We just came on here. It's a 2-minute warning. You got an opportunity to get the ball back, potentially give the ball back to your offense with some time left. Mikey McNuggets sets it up, and then these guys don't know the down and distance. Why are you holding anybody? You don't need to hold in this.
It was a clear hold too. They showed the replay a few times. He definitely.
You don't.
Yeah, that was
it's
like clear hold.
Like what kind of awareness, Earl?
3rd and 16, and you out here holding.
You're holding on 3rd and 16, and it just goes to show you, guys are not dialed in, guys are not locked in. The whole Dylan Gabriel thing. There was multiple sacks. By the way, I'm. All of this noise and nonsense, this is the new talking point, too. I know y'all like Joe Batonio. Now y'all like Wyatt Teller. They were getting their hats handed to them. Let's stop carrying water for these legacy guards. Get up out of here. Listen, you had a nice career, Joel. You had one. I'm tired of trotting you off to the podium, too. Stop asking these dudes about anything. They're getting their tails kicked up front. Multiple sacks. Before last year when they was giving it up, it was Deshaun Watson was holding the ball too long. Well, whose problem is it now? Whose problem is it now?
Hey, it's funny, G, because we traded Quentin Williams, Mike, and it was his little brother, Quincy Williams, that was the one getting busy on defense. Him and McDonald, man. McDonald had damn near a career game today against the Browns, man.
No, that is he's a good player. He's a 1st-round pick 2 years ago. My overall take on this, and the Browns can still get the ball back with 1:20. They'll have to go down the field in the rain. I don't anticipate them winning this game, but I don't want to call them dead yet because they can still technically, depending on this 3rd down, get the ball back with a chance. And Earl, you're ahead of me, so yeah, they got to stop. They're going to get the ball back with a minute left, chance to go down the field. My big takeaway, though, assuming they end up losing this game, because I don't have faith in this offense to score a touchdown with no timeouts and a minute left. It's just a culture of losing, guys. We talked about it at the live postgame show at Sweet Pork Wilson's. At some point, you have to teach these young guys to win. At some point, these young guys have to taste a little bit of success. At some point, these veterans, and you can look at Myles Garrett as a perfect example. Sure, he's had those 2 winning seasons in his career, but he's been a loser his entire career, right? So Joe Batonio's been a loser his entire career. It's not their fault.
And they just jumped off sides. They just jumped freaking off sides when they were not about. Fire them. They got to go.
Undisciplined.
They have to go. They got to go. All of them.
Everybody got to go.
It's a culture of losing, man. Every part of it. You can look at the offense, the defense, and the special teams today all contributed into this culture.
Bro, we just came out of a bye week, Mike. The very first offensive snap was a penalty. You about to get the damn ball back with an opportunity to execute a 2-minute warning to go down here and tie the game, and y'all commit 2 horrible-ass penalties. What are we doing?
G, let me ask you a question on penalties, because I do think there's a difference in the kind of illegal formation. That's a coaching penalty. A holding like that, jumping off sides, I can't point my fingers to anyone but Devin Bush and Cameron Thomas for that, right? There's no way we could spin that on Jim Schwartz, Stefanski. I'm not trying to defend Stefanski. Like I just said,
and let me push back though, bro. Greg Williams said this about 2 or 3 weeks ago, right? He said the thing about penalties and things like that, right? If you getting your players' ass, if you let them know it's a price to pay for going out there and committing penalties like that, eventually you will get they'll catch up to what's going on, and you will knock all that nonsense out. So I hear you, right? A penalty like that on Devin Bush, it is what it is.
The consequences and holding on a 3rd and 16,
but I'm just saying,
a Devin Bush problem. And listen, I'm with you. I want.
You got to create the mindset early on that even stuff like that can't happen.
I
can't say someone jumping off side. I can't say that's Stefanski's fault.
Hey, McNuggets. Hey, let me tell you something. You play basketball, right?
Yes.
We played in college.
Yep.
If we all got to be there at 9:00 for lifting weights.
Yep.
And somebody walk in at 9:07.
Yep.
Do one person run or do everybody run?
I got a true story on that. My sophomore year, we had 6 a.m. conditioning. Our top recruit, this freshman, showed up late to our first 6 a.m. workout. Our coach made him sit on the bench, and he watched all of us run till we puked. And guess who was never late again in the next 4 years?
There it is. So at the end of the day, the way this thing works is when you are the head guy at the helm, and these are your players, it sucks because you can't go out there and run around and tackle for them or be on sides. But guess what? You bear the responsibility for things like that, especially when you have one. They got away with one. when we just talked about this, when Devin Bush grabs somebody, it's not aware. You're not being aware of what's going on. And then you have a guy who knows. Why don't you? What are we doing here? What are we doing here? This is high school.
I'm with you. I want a clean slate. I want literally everybody gone. I'm just saying those particular things. I don't know how I could blame Stefanski when Cam Thomas jumps offside. Like, we know he doesn't touch the defense. If you want to blame Jim Schwartz, sure. But we know Stefanski has zero communication with the defense. Like, that's been made abundantly clear to us. And I want him gone. Like, I am anti-Stefanski. I want a clean slate on everybody. And I think there are very, 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 like, a legitimate list of things we can criticize Stefanski. I'm just saying, Cam Thomas jumping off sides, I can't be like, that's Stefanski's fault.
Hey, this is why I love this trio, because I don't think we're agreeing on this. I hear you, but you set that standard like way early on in training camp. You set the standard of, listen, no stupid bonehead penalties when a game is on the line, right? You don't do stupid mathematics when you get an opportunity to tie or go ahead in the game. And just think about just what happened in the closing minutes since we've been live on air. 2 horrible penalties, one by the defensive unit, one by the special teams unit, when the offense had the opportunity to go down there and at least try to tie the game. The way that the Cleveland Browns came out this bye week with all those bonehead penalties, on top of the execution not being what it should be, on top of the special teams still making like crucial mistakes, the defense making untimely mistakes, I am not over-exaggerating. This game right here is a fireable offense for everybody. Right here, right now.
We all agree. Raise your hand if you want Stefanski back next year.
No, not next year, next week.
We're all in agreement.
Next year, next week.
We're all in agreement on this. Like, we all in different ways agree. I'm just saying there are a lot of things I think we could point to Stefanski with. Jumping off sides.
Heavy. Listen, heavy is the head who wears the crown. The accountability begins and ends with the head coach. He's the head football coach. You take responsibility. If your kid goes out and doesn't go to school, they don't take the kid to school. They don't take him to jail. You know who they take? They take the parent. They come to get you. Your job was to get him to school. I don't care how long. You better figure it out. That's what it's called. Count.
Hey, I'm gonna be upstairs clipping the show. They're gonna knock on the door. Hey, come with me, Mr. Baldwin.
We all agree. That's just all right, whatever. We go in circles on this one. You guys are wrong. Whatever. I guarantee I'm not looking at the chat. I guarantee the chat agrees with you because they all hate Stefanski. I want him gone too. For the record, I want a clean slate with everybody. And to this super chat, leave Bubba in Jersey. It was an NFL record, the quickest span of time on a game clock between a punt return touchdown allowed and a kick return touchdown allowed. We had Coach Spencer in on Wednesday, and I asked Coach Spencer, hey, when Andre Schmidt misses kicks, and G, you were sitting right there with me, how much of that falls on Ventrone? Because he was not really a kicker. And what did he say? He said, what did Bubba make his money in the NFL doing?
Running down covering kicks.
So if we can't criticize and get frustrated at Bubba Ventrone when Andre Schmidt misses kicks, and I disagree with that premise as well, how the hell do we explain what happened today? How the hell do we explain what happened today?
What you're talking about in the special teams?
Every week.
Oh,
yeah,
over in general.
I'm just 4 kicks, G. We had 2 return for touchdowns, and then the Browns returner ran into his own guy's ass.
Let me tell y'all. We talked about this earlier. Here's the problem when you're playing on the football team, and me and Dustin laughed about it last week. We said when you're this bad and you continually be bad, this is why people are fools for sitting there saying we can't blame this person, or this person. When your team understands that the wrong people are in charge, what they start to do is say, you know what? I start to come to treatment a little later. I start to zone out a little later. I start to not pay attention in crucial downs just a little bit less. I start to give a little bit less effort on the backside when I'm supposed to be guarding the quarterback. You know what? I'm not in my lane because, I'm not paying attention to where I am on the football field when I'm running down covering kicks. Oh, you know what happens? Oh, man, I jumped off sides here. Those little lapses are the reason that it accumulates to losses. You look at the stat sheet and you say 27-20. Oh, we lost by 7 points. Some things were good, some things were bad. No, that's not the way real teams and real organizations do it. Because you got to understand, you lost from the second you started. You didn't lose at 27-20. You started losing on Tuesday. You started losing on Wednesday during the film session. You started losing when you didn't go to treatment or you didn't catch the football in practice. And now those habits build up to you taking L's during this football game. And the reality of this situation is you can go out and say, well, the guys played hard or whatever the case may be. Guys, those two mental mistakes, they told you they was checked out on the coach. Those would told you they checked out. People don't just go in the media and say, I hate the coach. You got to read the tea leaves, bro. These dudes, it's done. The season's over. And so we can make the referendum about, here's the thing. Everybody that want to talk about Shedeur Sanders, and this is where we got it. You either mess with G. Bush now or you mess with me later. The referendum this whole season, y'all been running around talking about who ready and who not ready. Is he ready? Can he play? Is he ready? Kevin Stefanski ain't been ready. Your offensive staff, your special teams ain't been ready. And you weren't ready again after 2 weeks against the worst team I've ever seen. The Jets are trash. They are super trash.
You realize the Browns lost a game to a quarterback that completed 6 passes. In 2025, the Browns lost the game to a team that completed 6 passes. And
yards.
To top that off, by the way, 54 yards and 42 of them came on one screen pass to Breece Hall. So outside of the Breece Hall screen pass, Justin Fields completed 5 passes for 12 yards, and the Browns lost. Think about that.
What the Cleveland Browns want to do, the Browns have a plan. The Browns plan is so smooth. Get up out of here. Trash the whole thing. Peace out. Deuces.
Earl, before you chime in, I got to get a read in here from Rippling. Rippling's a proud sponsor of UCSS. If you're a business owner, here's the truth. SAS promised to make work easier, but now the average company is buried by hundreds of apps that slow down your teams and simply don't work together. That's not SAS, that's sad. Software as a disservice, and that's why you need Rippling. Rippling is the unified platform from global HR, payroll, IT, and finance all in one place. They've helped millions of businesses replace a mess of disconnected tools with one system designed to give leaders clarity, speed, and control. And right now, you can get 6 months free when you go to rippling.com/LockedOnNFL. That is Rippling, RIPPLING.com/LockedOnNFL to learn more. All right, Earl. The defense gave up 27 points. It's really 13 points. 13 points. But Justin Fields completed 5 passes. Like I don't. They asked us to come on and do these shows. Earl, I got nothing to say, man. I got nothing to say.
Vince McMahon with it. Listen. The defense had it. Like the defense had a stellar effort for the most part of the game, right? I think at halftime they had only given up 3 points. Justin Fields couldn't throw the ball worth a damn. Like I got to give them credit though. They kept running the ball with Breece Hall. Garrett Wilson, man, you could tell he was still injured, but Breece Hall is their best player on offense. And even with Justin Fields not having a clue, that dude might be playing some of the worst football from the quarterback position.
I told you
any starting quarterback right now. I told you, G, I would rather see Justin Fields than Tyrod Taylor, but even a bad Justin Fields was good enough to beat the Cleveland Browns. That's wild, man. So, like, I don't know. I just go back to that 2nd and 17 call, right? Like you pretty much, I thought even with the score going back and forth, I thought you still had pretty much control of the game. And you dial up a blitz in that situation when Justin Fields has been trash throwing a ball all game. Breece Hall breaks for 42 yards in the touchdown. And you could just tell from there, like the wind was out of their sails. They get the ball back the very next possession. Granted, they held New York to a field goal, but Breece Hall breaks for like 30 yards the very next defensive possession. So I thought that was the drive that kind of like broke their back and they couldn't recover from it, man. So it is what it is. Like this is 2 teams that had a bye week, had two weeks to prepare for each other. This is 2 coaches that should be on a hot seat. I got a chance to talk to somebody, Antoine Staley, that works for New York Daily News Saturday. And he was talking about the temperature around Aaron Glenn in New York. So even as a first-year coach, he really, really needed this win. And they came out here and fought a little bit harder and made fewer mistakes than the Cleveland Browns in order for him to secure a much-needed victory.
It's just sad. Like, I don't know. They lose. They find new ways to lose. Dylan Gabriel played like a backup again. Like if Dylan Gabriel was your backup quarterback and your starter got hurt and he came in and did what he did today, you'd be like, he gave us a chance. That's exactly what a backup quarterback's supposed to do. Except that's the freaking starting quarterback that the head coach handpicked allegedly and is blocking a chance for us to see someone else play who we all want to see. Like the defense wasn't great today. And sure, the numbers look good. And yeah, but they gave up 13 points to a team that we just said is the worst team we've literally ever seen in our entire lives, and blitzed on zero blitzed on 2nd and 17 and got out schemed at the end, right? Like credit to whoever the Jets offensive coordinator is. He out schemed Jim Schwartz at the end of the game. So the offensive line sucks. I don't like the quarterback. Jerry Jeudy had a better game, but Earl, a better game for Jerry Jeudy right now is 78 yards.
God have mercy. Yo, Brody's bottom line with the super chat of the day.
Yeah, we'll talk about that. We'll talk about we'll talk about the crossover in a little bit. That was the highlight of the weekend.
Oh,
I don't know what they want us to say, Earl. It's just an embarrassment every week. It's something new, and it's the same story every time. The coaching's not good.
Hey, who was the person they said they want us to go on the Jim Mora type rant, like 2 first-round picks? You kidding me? With this regime?
They
there
suck.
ain't no way in hell I'm letting Andrew Berry pick another player, letting Kevin Stefanski coach another player. I don't trust none of y'all.
They suck.
None of y'all.
Hey,
I don't trust you.
Did you?
No.
Earl, did you catch people defending DePodesta over the weekend? Because he was at the game today. Did you see that?
He was at the game today.
With Jimmy Haslam.
What? How ain't you supposed to be somewhere scouting left-handed pitchers in AA or something?
Paul
DePodesta lefty combinations. What are you doing?
Paul DePodesta was at the game with Jimmy Haslam today. You can
what?
You can take that however you want to take. I don't know. Like what?
These jokes.
Hey,
bro, look, hey, listen. Man, listen, I'm gonna just give y'all a heads up. It's Christmas coming up. If you want to protect Kevin and you want to write articles about why this ain't his fault, don't embarrass your family. Think about your loved ones during this holiday season. Think about the turkey and the Thanksgiving ham that you're going to need to eat and sit around the fire and talk about life. It's Christmas coming up. Don't do this to your family. They have to live with that. Kevin, there's no explanation. There is nothing left to talk about. By the way, I'm going to let you guys know I'm going to talk in this very annoying voice when I ask questions on UCSS because I can't ask any regular ones because this is nasty work. This is the nastiest work. The work is like a mayonnaise in a sandwich bag that you are using to use on your old sandwich that you left in your tackle box out in the sun. This is nastiest of the highest version of nasty work. And look, guys, we can sit here and say it. Listen, I'm going to give you a political off-ramp. Come on over. You could come on over to the 12 side. You could just throw the wrist up. I ain't even going to remind you didn't even want to see him play. Don't forget about it. I know. I get it. Listen, come on over this way. We'll get you together. You can say, Kevin, you gave him an opportunity and it just didn't work out. Maybe if you want to believe, I'll even give you this. Maybe he'll be a good person at another organization. But don't embarrass your family in the holiday season. Kevin has to go. We all know it.
Did you guys think the offense looked any different today?
No. I thought the flow was different.
Right?
No, that was about it. I thought Tommy Reese, like, for the first time calling plays in 2 or 3 seasons, I thought he did a decent job. I thought the execution of what was being called today wasn't that great. And again, that's disappointing, man, because you had 2 weeks to prepare. Like, but as far as the offense looking different, no, like not at all. The 4th down play was questionable. I don't even know if the play call was questionable. We'll go back and of course we'll watch the all 22 when it come out. But like in my mind, that's more the execution, right? Like imagine if that was Shedeur Sanders that held that ball like that on 4th and 1 and took the sack, didn't get rid of it, or didn't give yourself an opportunity to even make a play like that. Man, they'll be going crazy about something like that.
They still talking about the Rams game. They still talking about running backwards against the Rams. And I've seen 6 sack games a week from Dylan. But
we ain't finna get distracted here, man.
But we're not going to get distracted.
We got
talk about what happened on the field, Earl.
That we can give away to somebody who super chats in the last time that Paul DePodesta was present at a Browns game before today. Because this is nasty work. You take another job, and now all of a sudden you show up, and Jimmy say, "Come sit with me. Come on."
I don't know if Paul DePodesta was at Minute. Like, I genuinely don't know. I just know he was there today because Zach Jackson texted me about it. So,
and like again, I could be overblowing this that he secretly be at more games than what I think, but that is kind of low key insane that he was present at a Browns game today.
I'm doing some investigative research on this. Stand by.
Yeah, this is and the fact that DePodesta I'm gonna tell you this. About the game plan, I thought Tommy Rees had a little better flow. I thought he did a good job of the part of the game where Kevin Stefanski would have just went away from Crenshaw Judkins. I thought Tommy Rees did a good job of reestablishing him in the second half and at least keeping the game close. But the reality of the situation is there's far too many passes that I was looking like, where are you throwing the ball? Balls that are just behind people, over people's heads, on screen passes, the pocket presence, not getting rid of the football. I thought he made 2 really good throws. I think 2 in a possible. I thought the Fannin post corner route where he threw it, he caught it over his shoulder. It was a nice route.
Really good throw, yeah.
I thought the ball was a little underthrown, but I thought that was a good choice because underthrown and gave Judy an opportunity to work back to the football and catch the football. And then I thought there was a one play in succession after that. He threw a nice ball over the middle to Jerry Judy really quick. It was a little slant route or whatever the case may be.
Yep.
So there was a couple throws.
Yeah.
There was some good throws in there, but still, come on, man, stop. That ain't gonna get it done.
Before I give you guys my thoughts on Dillon Gabriel, we have a new sponsor to the Ultimate Cleveland Sports Show, and we got to tell you about them in 1 second, guys, because we are thrilled to have Home Builder on board for the next couple of weeks. They got a really cool opportunity. Gift big this year with a Home for the Holidays raffle. You have a chance to win this beautiful new custom home or a cash prize this holiday season and help make wishes come true for the Make-A-Wish Kids Foundation with critical illness. Raffle proceeds benefit Make-A-Wish OKI, which has granted over 22,000 wishes to children facing critical illnesses across Ohio, Kentucky, and Indiana since 1983. This year's house is a custom-built ranch by Petros Homes. Has 3 bedrooms, 2.5 baths, and a 3-car garage. It also has amazing features, including a great room with a vaulted ceiling that extends to the outdoors, an unbelievable kitchen with beautiful finishes, and a large hidden pantry, a mudroom with open lockers, and a unique pet shower. Our lucky winner will be announced on December 24th, so get your $100 ticket now. Just visit ahomeforholidays.org to buy your tickets. That's ahomeforholidays.org. Terms and conditions apply. Gabriel made a couple throws. I said it before, I'll say it again. If that's your backup quarterback coming in, I think you're happy with how he played. The issue is he's not the Browns' backup quarterback right now. And whether their plan was to thrust him into the action this early or not, they did it to themselves because guess who decided to trade away Joe Flacco and Kenny Pickett, right? There's no one to blame but the Browns, their front office, their coaching staff, all that for how it works right now because they did this themselves. I have no sympathy for Dillon. I have no sympathy for the Browns. They brought this all upon themselves. I thought the one throw to Fannin was a perfectly thrown ball, G. The one to Judy, when they showed the back angle, I know it looked like a duck, but he underthrew him in a way that only Judy could kind of get back to it. You can't really overthrow him in that situation or it's going 10 yards out of the end zone. I actually think, despite the fact it was an ugly ball, it was a good throw. Does that make sense? Like, I actually think it was a pretty good throw.
No, listen, that's exactly what I said. I thought he did it in a way where it gave him, it was almost like a deep comeback. And I like the play design because he looked like he was going to run a deep over and kind of zig back outside. And it forced the defender to kind of stay on his back. And then he underthrew it so he can come back to the play and make a play. So I thought that was a good throw. But
it was the wasp route that Tyreek Hill ran against the 49ers in the Super Bowl. That I don't know if you remember that specific play, but it was late in the fourth quarter and Mahomes chucked it up and it looked like a floating duck. And all of a sudden Tyreek was there by himself. You're like, how the hell did that get through? But other than that, like he threw the one screen pass 12 yards over Malachi Corley's head and then pointed to his chest like, my bad. Like, no shit, dude. Like, who else's fault was it?
It was nobody in the screen.
No, the play-by-play announcer, Spiro Ditas, said it was the worst opening sequence he had seen in his 50 years calling games, which probably a bit of an exaggeration, but it's hard to have a worse opening series than a holding on a good run play, stuffed up the middle and 2 screen passes that didn't work. Like, it's hard to be. It's just such a boring – like, it's not even fun. The only thing fun they do is Malachi Corley jet sweeps. And I tweeted this out earlier. He might be the best jet sweeper in the history of the team. And he might be the best receiver. Like, I don't know. Steve, you have to start paying us triple to talk about this team because there's literally nothing to say for 45 minutes a day after this. Nothing.
And
what are those super chats said? AB is the least to blame. Shame on us. And then I seen somebody in the comments say, if we want to get rid of AB, what other names y'all got? I don't know. We be asked this question all the time when it comes to Kevin Stefanski. What y'all got? What y'all think?
Listen,
for AB replacements.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't dug deep into my bag of
it's
who.
Too early for me to know right now.
And it's like, it's like 8-9 games, man. But here's the thing. Here's what I'm not gonna do.
I got a few.
Listen, if I don't got a few, I still don't gotta have the few to have no names to be like, y'all gotta go. I don't gotta have. I can say I want a Mr. Potato Head, and I want Felix the Cat. And Raggedy Ann and Andy to run my organization, and them names is good enough to get everybody up out of here.
So I started looking up some.
Real quick, I got an update on D Podesta for you. He goes to all the games, so today was not an anomaly. He's at all the games, but it is weird that he took a job in Colorado to run a baseball team and was still with Jimmy Haslam today before the game. So just wanted.
So hopefully he told him everybody had to go.
Look, his last recommendation.
They gotta go. This ain't gonna work.
All right, what are your days? I didn't mean to cut you off. Just wanted to make sure we got
John McKay, assistant general manager for the LA Rams. Terrence Gray, one of the co-assistant general managers from the Buffalo Bills, and then Ray Agnew, the assistant GM from the Detroit Lions. All three teams that I feel like do a good job of, accumulating talent and creating depth to their roster. I know Agnew and Gray have both been with their organizations for about 4 or 5 years. Not really sure how long McKay has been with the Rams. I can only assume he's been there as long as McVay has been there. So if there goes some names for the people who say we all just want people fired and don't have no names.
I think
somebody said.
Oh no, you go.
Somebody said D Podesta came up there to pick his last checkup.
I mean, I can't say I'd be shocked if that was the case, but Earl, back to names, and then we'll do some super chats to wrap it up here. Just pick a guy from a good organization. Like, nobody knows exactly how the scouting departments work. You assume the vice president or whatever. Look at the guy in Minnesota, Casey. I forget how to pronounce his name. It's KWESI.
I know you're talking about.
He was an assistant to the Browns.
I know.
And now he's doing an incredible job in Minnesota. So, you don't know exactly who's necessarily the smartest guy in a room, but I'm with you. You've named 3 good franchises that have done a great job finding draft gems and building a roster that's tight on the Rams don't have salary cap space. Like they've been handcuffed, and they still do a great job. So I'm all for those guys you named, Earl. I
remember in the spring before the draft, and we was in the office talking, and I said something along the lines to you of, what if, because Andrew Berry is the president of football operations, right? So his title is mass. It's not just GM.
Yep.
And I said to you, what if he would have just promoted Kwesi to GM and just remained executive president of football operations and not held the title of GM? Because you let somebody that was talented, a good talent evaluator, get out the building, and you got some type of comp draft pick for it, but it's just one of those things. Looking back, I wonder if he would have did something different.
Fair enough. G, you guys ready to do some super chats?
Let's do it. Wrap this up. Shout out to everybody who watched this show, though, man. Like and subscribe.
For real. Super chats today are brought to us by Peloton. Head over to Peloton.com for all your Peloton needs, information, and updates. Peloton, a great in-home workout system. Super chats, we got over 50, so let's fly through them. Steve S. said offense looked better without Kevin. OG Power says, how long do I have to watch this with DG? I'm sure Stefanski's talking now and saying he's not going to make a quarterback change. And then tomorrow we'll see what he says when he gets to a more stable mindset. Fresh Coast Freak says, mental health check. Y'all okay watching this week over week? No. James May says, who's number 99? It was Jordan Thomas or Cameron Thomas. Cameron Thomas. I keep thinking Jordan Cameron. He's the old tight end, though. Obviously not. Medic says DG Dollar General. Travis Trolley. Tally says, I want everyone fired. Cut Devin Bush and the lineman that was jumped off sides. SPT Lewis says, great loss. Better draft pick. Now our coach is fired. That is the spin zone. Stephen Allen Spencer says, leave Bubba in Jersey. Say in salute says, I have no words. I feel so defeated. Another Skywalker says, Shador fan here. I just want to say LOL. Armac Dog says, after week 2 loss, I submitted UCSS super chat asking the panel of Bush, Crawford, Lloyd, and Bull, would you fire Stefanski? Turn the team over to Schwartz. Everyone, including Mikey, said no. You guys are late. I still wouldn't turn it over to Schwartz. Do you think Schwartz is going to get another head coaching job anywhere, guys? Real quick.
I don't.
The way the league works is, the syndicate tells you whether or not you're gonna get a job or not, and it seems like they told every day and let everybody know that you're not gonna get no more job, especially at this late tenure in your career.
Totally agree. Jinx says penalties, you're either teaching them or allowing them. Sapper Daddy G, open up the barbershop. I need a lineup right now. Robert Bill says, I'm serious. Play Watson if 12 isn't ready. Beautifully Blessed says, seriously, a loss to a team that had a quarterback with a total of 56 freaking pass yards. Are we effing serious? Sadly, we are.
Yeah.
Nicole Marie says, it's a great loss. We're one step closer to the number 1 pick, and now Jimmy has no excuse not to clean house. Pack it up, AB and Kevin. Paul, the true believer, says, here we go again. It's the Cleveland Browns with the loss again with a munchkin at quarterback. Here we go again. LOL fire Stefanski. And Biden says, I turned 62 today. Happy birthday. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Sport dog, happy birthday to you.
Terrible gift, but happy birthday from the UCSS squad. Derek Easterday says, all you can say is wow to the Jets. Everyone should be gone. D Wood says, bruh. Ronald Smacker says, fire Kevin and Tommy and demote Dylan. Sapper Daddy, y'all tried out Dylan and the player knew the coaches weren't serious about winning, so now the players don't care. I don't want to see 12 out there with how they keep Dylan's sorry butt out there. Danzaloon says Browns versus Browns plus Jets equals fire Stefanski. Frankie B says same old Browns. James Mace Jr. says I want the UCSS to have a Jim Moore rant about the Browns. The Ozone says the Browns are a horribly coached team. No quarterback sustaining critical drives. This defense is exhausted. G. Bush is correct. The team is checking out. Which, G, it's why I ask the question every week on the show. Is this when they're going to lose the locker room? And they all laughed at me except you. G knows. G knows.
We're not starting that half.
Jets, we lost to the Jets by Kevin. Brody says the Browns quit on Kevin like Josh Giddey's ankles quit on him last night. Guys, real quick. That was one of the filthiest crossovers I've seen in a long time. Were you there last night for it live?
No, but I heard the bigger than the crossover itself. I heard Giddey was helped off the court by one of the trainers.
Anytime you get hit like, wow, he hit him and his ankles. When the balls of your ankles touch each other, you're either gonna pass out, have a seizure, or get crossed up. And he had all 3 happen in that game.
He hit him with the 1, 2, 3, 4. Usually just get him with the cross. Like if you can cross him, get him side to side, you get a chance. Then you go to your counter. Then he went to the counter hezzy. And then he crossed. Like that's such a complex move. And for a guy like Hunter at 6'8", and we can break this down more tomorrow, that's such a hard move. And if
where did he get that from?
Down, his ankles didn't touch together, G, but the side of his ankle touched the ground.
But his
like,
soul.
He went. He went.
By the way, when you asked me to do the highlights, I'm doing a Hunter that.
That should be the first play.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not only is it the first play, but I'm doing it as a standalone too. Just in case we want to run it by.
The standalone of it and the whole highlights. And when you see the rundown later, scroll down because we got some Class A stuff at the bottom. Hey,
look, y'all just got some inside information. This is how we do it. This is what we be doing behind the scenes, producing.
Ronald Archer says, Shador, please keep having a bad back. Make this your redshirt year. This group of coaches will get you killed. It's not worth it. Teflon Don says, Browns are forever cheeks. Works team in any sport. Sir Charles says, Supercomputer had a bad bye-week software update. D Wood says, I really be watching these games thinking we're going to win. Shaking my head.
Super cheeks.
Juke Boy says, wow, Browns are cheeks. Coach K can't get them right. You can't call him Coach K.
Don't call him Coach K. That's disrespectful. Coach K.
Coach K's got titles, rings, everything you could dream. He's on the Mount Rushmore. The only thing Stefanski on the Mount Rushmore is not. I don't want to say what I was going to get in trouble by saying something I shouldn't say. James Mace Jr. said, I'll be at the game next week. The Boo Birds will be live and well. Chris Clark says, if you want to win, put 12 in. Ronald Smacker says, how AB the problem? We got the best defense. Ronald, the defense that you just claim is the best defense couldn't get off the field when they needed to. Committed 2 stupid penalties on third downs late in the game. And allowed a team to score 13 points on them that, frankly, is the worst offense in football. Would you guys classify the Browns as the best defense?
Man, the Browns have a good defense that is rapidly giving up hope for anything,
Yes.
and the collapse is coming.
Yes. All on the same page. It's a good defense. Don't get me wrong.
It's a good defense. It's a good
defense.
defense that's about to check out. Like anytime, let's go now.
Sir Charles T says, Jason has already typed a 10-point article about how it's not Stefanski's fault. It's the building. He will have a job tomorrow. He's not getting fired in the middle of the season, right? Like at this point, do you guys think, or does the DePodesta thing change your mind on that?
Look, man.
It ain't got nothing to do with Paul for me.
No, not
came out of the bye week. I was playing the damn Jets. So
not whether or not he should.
Damn Jets. Hold on. The Jets traded 2 perennial players on the defensive side of the ball. Like, I find it hard to believe that Jimmy Haslam is going to continue to look at this and think that nothing should happen. Is it the chances of it happening is more likely than not that it won't? But if it happened, I wouldn't be surprised because this is a fireable offense. I'm not kidding around. This is a fireable offense.
I said that. I said that last week. If you lose to this game,
this is the damn Jets,
in the way they lost, bye. I'm not even taking my job seriously anymore. I'm like,
no. Gee, I'm saying, do you think it will happen though? Not should it? We all agree it should. I'm saying, do you
will
think
happen?
It will happen?
No. I don't think so.
I think just like we think it should happen with Bubba, it probably won't happen with Bubba either. They'll both be here preparing.
All on the same page. Robert Bill says new coach Shador in 26 use picks on a non-quarterback. Jonathan McGriff says it's Shador's fault. If he wasn't on the team, Dylan and Stefanski would be better. Will Shador ever play? At this point, I hope he doesn't. I want him to save folks' job. Again, thanks for Baker. Bucks SS.
That's another one.
Brody's bottom line says, can you tell me how I find Ross Tucker? We need to have a conversation. I can. Wednesday, 12 o'clock. He's coming back on UCSS. Ronald Smacker, AB the least of this team's problem. Shame on y'all. We already addressed that. Neil Gray, I understand it's a win and lose league, but what happened to special teams, back-to-back touchdowns? Drake, game plan was more better than Stefanski. Lewis Steele says, my wrist has never been more up. Anything but this. L. Smith says, trade DD and Shador for Glenn Powell. Sir Charles, Jason, it's not Stefanski. He'll have a job in an hour. James Mays, how many more games before the Browns are mathematically eliminated? They're not making the playoffs. Like,
in my mind, they've been out here.
They're done. Just the math doesn't matter. James Woodard says Shador after Shador saved their jobs. Can my boy get his number back? Excuse me. DB Dog 21 says Tommy realized today that what he wants to run can't run it. Time to move on from DG. I know the Ravens are coming up, but so what? Play Shador. Sweetie T says, so we're done now with the DG experiments. I'm over being bored watching the Browns. Jay Wills, hire Eric Bieniemy as head coach. Ronald Smacker says, now Google what players AB has drafted since 2016 as a player personnel. Bobby C says, let's chill. Barry was a first-time GM. Looks like he's finally figured it out. He's earned the right to stay. Let Kev go and Barry rebuild. Would you guys do that?
All depends on what Shador Sanders look like. Shador, I might give him an opportunity to save his job, but if he playing 3 or 4 games at the end of the season, he might be under the machete at any second as well. We're gonna see.
I don't know. I'll talk about it later on the Ultimate 216 show. I kind of dove into it on 92.3 The Fan. I think it's layers to what Andrew Berry does, like overall what his job description is. I'll say this. I ain't confident that I want Andrew Berry picking players.
Yeah.
I'll just leave it at that.
Put it to you like this. If they all got to go, they got to go. Ivan Drago, if he dies, he died. Whatever you want.
I want to clean house. Everybody. Gone. Like I want to start fresh. Just a totally new regime. So I want to.
I wouldn't hate.
Ace is in one place podcast. So you do right by Shador. Everything you touch. Color purple voice. Beautifully blessed. Kevin just announced he's sticking with DG. Of course. Yeah, that was no surprise. Kevin just said he's not changing quarterback in the presser. Super Cop Ray, Christ Jesus lives today. Breaking news. G. Bush heard on post-game analysis starting possible replacements for KS and AB with coveted Raggedy Ann and Raggedy Ann. Stay tuned, y'all. The AI help desk smoking that DG pack by next week. Trash. 1-2 NV says, so the Cleveland Browns on the take. It's mighty suspicious on your activity. No, they're not gambling on games. I can't even say that with the full confidence now. Like, we can't. We can't.
Hey, Emmanuel Clase, man, he about to get ready to go do some
Bro, 12,
boy.
Luis Ortiz threw it away for 12 grand, bro.
At least we got topics for Monday though.
Hey,
Mikey. At least we got some other stuff we can do.
We got 3 more super chats, and let's get out of here because we got a big show Monday.
So,
Fitness with Kelly Michelle said defense had too many penalties. Stefanski soft period. Get Belichick or reach out to Parcell or Jimmy Johnson. I don't want a 97-year-old coach. Losing my damn voice. RDM says Browns have all the ingredients for the NFL blueprint. The franchise quarterbacks on the bench, draft picks, but wasting it on Stefanski. His personal feelings in an XFL quarterback and the Jets. All right, it's going to wrap it up for the postgame show. G, Earl, we'll see you tomorrow at 11 a.m. Peace.
Deuces.